Hello everyone, and today we're going to be reacting to, now it's a different genre of music. Let me move this away from me a little bit. Different genre of music. We're going to be reacting to, let me tell you right now because I've forgotten the name. It is Tom MacDonald Sheeple. So this should be a great one. I actually haven't listened to Tom MacDonald, but I know that he's made a lot of, let's call it waves. I know I seen him on a sort of chat with Ben Shapiro the other day, so he must be sort of in our sort of same lane. So let's see what Tom MacDonald's got to talk about. Guys, before I get to this video, there might very well be, depending whether this video gets blocked or not, there might very well be a button down here that lets you donate to the channel. And like I've said, 20% of all proceeds will go to a charity. I do have people commenting, and I'm going to make a poll, and by the end of May we'll know exactly where it's going to, and I'll post a video showing you exactly where 20% of all the proceeds go, and the rest YouTube takes a cut, fair enough, but the rest go to keeping this channel surviving and growing, and hopefully bringing you more and more videos. So guys, if you do choose to support me, thank you very, very much. The button should be down here. If it's not on this video, it will be on other videos. So have a look through my videos, like 5 reasons why you shouldn't mess with the United States. There is a button on that video that you can donate through that video, and a couple of others like why you shouldn't mess with the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier is another one. So you can go check those videos out. Some of them might pop up here at the end of the video, and that'll be absolutely amazing for your support. Thank you so much. And if not, don't worry at all. I'm not here for the money. I'm here to get to know you guys, and you know, I am trying to assimilate to American culture because I will be moving there soon. So just give a thumbs up to the video and subscribe to the channel, and that is more than enough support from you guys, honestly. Thank you so much for those who have already donated and those who are doing it at this very, very moment. And let's get to the video.
Humans been controlled since the day that they were civilized. The truth has been so heavily politicized. If you don't know who's controlling you and killing all the little guys, find out who you're not allowed to criticize. Black folks who were never ever actual slaves, fighting with white folks who ain't actual Nazis. Controlled by rich folks who use the news to make hate, while elite folks control other political parties. It's a big lie, trying to make you pick sides, trying to make you burn the cities down and kill each other. They got sick minds, big lies, thief on the police so that there's big crime. To take away our freedom, to restore order they let die. Play with people, turn men into women, make the counterculture mainstream to mix up the system. Change the pronouns, if gender is a spectrum, so is privilege. I know poor white folks and black celebrities with millions. They starve you with a lack of information and only give you facts through a branded corporation. Distort your worldview with an algorithm that changes based on propaganda curated for your engagement. We can't be free, can't have no peace till we're on the same team, but y'all are sheep. Glued to screens, just part of the machine. Y'all are sheep. What do y'all believe? My sheep. Nothing's what it seems. Hollywood been rotting your brain, controlling your mouth. You say lit, fleek, bet, cap, they trying to dumb you down. They endorse whatever narrative is popular to shout, and use minorities in movies for diversity clout. Two sides on the spectrum, but ain't none of them honest. Took the red pill and the blue pill, spit them both in the garbage. Being woke used to mean you understood you're a target, and now it's having two good legs and never taking a step forward. If you agree it's free speech, disagree it's hate speech. Erase it if it came from anywhere except the mainstream. Trump supporters labeled as the racist, but that can't be. Lincoln was Republican, and that's who ended slavery. Science been politicized, it's easy to see. A mask became a symbol of which side you believe, but you'll never cure a sickness till you cure the greed, because the problem with our natural immunity is it's free. Society is broken, want you locked inside a cubicle, addicted to pornography, liquor, and pharmaceuticals. Tell you that you're fat and poor and you were never beautiful, then tweet how much they love you when they hear about your funeral. We can't be free, can't have no peace till we're on the same team, but y'all are sheep. Glued to screens, just part of the machine. Y'all are sheep. What do y'all believe? My sheep. Nothing's what it seems. If they can't convince you, they confuse you. They want you dumb and dead. They divided you by race, religion, income, and sex. Made everybody right and left. The hatred got so intense. If the other side likes oxygen, you'll put a bag on your head. And the conspiracy theories labeled as misinformation is just a terrifying truth that scares the hell out the nation. The system treating you like trash and you got rifles to aim with. Just imagine how they'll treat you when your guns get confiscated. George Orwell, 1984 was his last lecture. George called them thought police, now we call them fact checkers. Government surveillance trying to catch you, they don't ask questions. Mass incarceration equals capital for cash investors. The system isn't broke, it's working fine. Oppressive and chaotic is how it was designed. They say if we ain't doing nothing wrong, there's nothing to hide. While their agenda and intelligence completely classified. They don't teach you rights in school, you never learn them at all. Cause they're easy to remove if you don't know what they are. The only people you can rule are the criminal ones. So they force you into corners till you're breaking the law. We can't be free, can't have no peace till we're on the same team. But y'all are sheep, glued to screens, just part of the machine. Y'all are sheeple. What do y'all believe? My sheeple. Nothing's what it seems.
Wow. That's amazing. Damn. Guys, well, let me tell you a little bit about what I think, because like there was so much to unpack in that song that I don't think I can do this in like a 10-minute video. So I'm just gonna do like the bullet points. I've written down some notes because you saw me writing down, because like there was so much that he touched on to talk about. Like, so let's talk about, first of all, let's talk about musically, right? First of all, I'm not like a big rap guy, but actually that was like really good, and obviously it's politicized. But it wasn't so much politicized though, really, was it? Because I think he kind of criticized everyone. He didn't just talk about left or right, he just talked about general issues. Like, he's totally right. One aspect I want to talk about, obviously, is that right versus left that he talked about. He said something about if one side says they like oxygen, the other one will put a bag over their head. Like, that's so true of kind of both sides. So like, my beliefs do kind of align more with Republicans. Like, if you're a Democrat and you're sitting there listening to me speak and you want to sort of unsubscribe from this channel, don't just yet, because like I'm not like a hardcore right-wing kind of guy. I will listen to both sides, but I do lean more towards the right. I'll be completely honest with you, especially on like guns rights and social issues and economic issues, to be honest with you. But like, that's, so he was basically criticizing both, but at the same time, you know kind of who it's geared towards, because I think we all know like Tom MacDonald's probably his political beliefs. I kind of researched it a little bit, but like for me that's so true of now. Like, it's so true of now. And he mentioned something about bringing like subcultures or whatever into like the mainstream and calling it normal, and that is very much what happened with like transgenderism, for example, which is like, I'm not going to speak to any person. I believe that every single person can do exactly what it is that they want, as long as it doesn't affect me, right? That's totally me. So before, don't go down that route. Like, I am respectful of whatever it is, but I don't really see myself as someone who has to sort of pander to like pronouns and stuff like that. A sheep is a sheep, right? And people will get upset with that, and that's just the case. I'm not politicizing anything, so sorry. Like, don't unsubscribe because of that, but that's just happens to be the case. Like, that's the whole right versus left thing. They're bringing like subcultures into the mainstream, and it's just really messing with the way society has always kind of been. And yeah, I know what you're going to say. Just because society's always been a certain way doesn't mean it has to stay that way, of course. But I think we need to move to a common good, not to where people are more confused, because people are now more confused than they've ever been in their entire lives or in generations. So that can't be a good thing, right? And then he mentioned something about the way they treat us now. Imagine how they will treat us without our guns, right? So yes. So I'm from the UK. Obviously, we don't have a constitutional right to have a firearm. I have a firearms license, which is perfectly legal as long as you go through all the steps to get it. But ours are not allowed to be used for self-defense. Realistically, there are a few cases where people have used them for self-defense and been acquitted of any wrongdoing. That does happen, and it can happen quite often. However, those are not the reasons that we're allowed to have firearms. Ours are purely sporting and like pest management, for example, right? So we can't have semi-automatic firearms. Like, I do have guns chambered in 5.56, 223, and 308, but they are all bolt action. Even I actually do have an AR, but the AR has been built, so I have to rack around into the chamber after every single shot fired. So we don't have the same rights as you guys, but as far as I understand, no, I know 100% what your right to bear arms is, you know. So it is for protection, it is to protect against tyranny, and he's right. The moment they remove those, they can literally do whatever they want. It was a famous, there's a famous saying by a Japanese general who said, a mainland invasion of the United States is impossible because there is a gun hidden underneath each blade of grass. And that is very true both for external and internal threats, right? The government tomorrow can't necessarily turn around to you and enforce an unjust or unconstitutional law that takes away your rights, because you have the right to defend yourself with firearms. Whether you exercise that right or not, that's absolutely your choice, but that right is there, it is in your constitution, you are allowed to do that. So, and that's what the American forefathers intended it for. So this music really highlights the divide, the craziness of what's going on in modern society. Just the burning of buildings in the street, the riots. He mentioned about now kids are sitting in their rooms, stuck to their laptops, sort of addicted to pornography, medication, alcohol. That's so true. Like, the United States is over-medicated. The youth is over-medicated, right? Not just from over-the-counter stuff, from prescription, from, of course, stuff that's coming in over the border, because where it shouldn't be, like fentanyl and other opiates, for example. And then you have the pornographic issue, which is right. It's desensitizing our youth. It's turning them into citizens people that we don't really find respectful, whatever it may be. And that's a gross generalization. It is. There are still people who have those values, those family values, that I think they need to sort of show that a little bit more, because unfortunately people like us sort of have for a while now had to hide like in the shadows lest we be cancelled or whatever it may be. That's why it is taking risk, me talking about these situations here. I guarantee you I received 5 to 10 messages that are on the on here on YouTube, like comments that are hidden because YouTube hides them automatically if they're offensive, that will now be angry at me because of my views with regards to left versus right guns and transgenderism, for example. So like that was an amazing song. On a serious note, he literally spoke about everything that I'd want to speak about. He put it into a 3.5 minute song. It was compact, it was to the point. He knows what he's talking about. He seems to me as though he's a very intelligent man, and he's probably, I dare to say, marginalized amongst his own community. No, actually, I wouldn't say that, because Republicans are actually more open to different kinds of people than I believe Democrats are. That's my opinion. I think because we see people on a personal level as opposed to what they identify as. But maybe he's judged because of the way he looks, with his tattoos and his piercings, and his dreadlocks or cornrows. I'm not sure what they are. Maybe he's misjudged, and I think that's probably a great injustice, because his music is fantastic. He seems to have a very politically stout mind. He seems to be very intelligent, and he's going to go far. I mean, that had 7.3 million views. I can easily see that getting into the 20-30 millions in the next couple of years, as people kind of start to wake up and realize exactly what's happening. And because his music is not just fun to listen to, it's not just easy on the ears, but it's like it gives a good message, man. And a lot of new music that we have, like pop music that's in the charts, there's no message. It's all about love and heartbreak, and I understand that has a place in music and society, because we've all been through something like that. But at a certain point, it's just kind of overdone, and then you have these things like that WAP song, or did you see Sam Smith do his devil song, or whatever it was, and he was dressed like a devil doing like horrible things and stuff like that. And even that, what's his name? That guy that was on that originally had that song Old Town Road, that was like, that fake country stuff. I can't remember his name. If you remember his name, comment down below. But do you remember he did that devil thing, and he was like twerking on the devil, whatever it was, and this is a guy doing that, and it's just wrong, like objectively, it's a Christian country, but nonetheless, objectively, it's wrong, right? It's just not. You don't want your kids to see that, because it's primarily kids who see that, because primarily it's kids who listen to these kinds of music, because they haven't grown up with anything older or different. But yeah, so like that's where I think it's all going wrong. But this guy is really, really good, like really, really good. His message is on point. I'm actually gonna do another reaction of his. Like I've got it written down here. What have I got written down? Dirty money. Let's see what that's about. I can imagine probably about corruption. So we'll get to that in just a second, and it'll be on the next video after this that I'll post. So guys, thank you very much for your support. If you agreed with me, if you disagreed with me, it doesn't matter. Let me know down below. Any comment helps. It's nice to see your perception of what reality is and what's going on, because it's nice to have a nice talk. I don't want to politicize this channel. I will probably make a separate channel which focuses more on that kind of stuff. But with music like this, it's really near impossible not to talk about some form of politics. And I appreciate you guys, probably some of you might have disagreed with me, and that's perfectly fine. That is what's beautiful about the First Amendment or freedom of speech that we have in Europe. I'm in the Middle East right now, so that doesn't really exist, constitutionally speaking. So, you know, it is what it is. But that's the beauty of it. We can disagree and we don't have to hate each other for it, yeah? So thank you very much, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment any suggestions that I keep writing them down. The list keeps growing. And like I always say, there's a little button here. If it's not here, it'll be on another video like you've seen at the beginning of this video. If you can support the channel, God bless you. That would be absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.